What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Truth Seeker, and we're gonna get into Shibnobi and if the project is actually dead or is the project still alive? Is there still some catalysts still on the verge for Shibnobi, or did we already miss that? 3 or 4 months ago. And then we're going to get into a possible scenario of the Shibnobi Saitama effect that's taking place or may be taking place. And if they are a hand-in-hand project, and just my opinion on what I think the projects are hand-in-hand. But we'll get into Shibnobi right now. Right now, Shibnobi Shinja ranked 2963 on CoinMarketCap. In the 7-day, Shibnobi is up 5.6%. On the 24-hour, it's down 10.48%. And on the 1 hour, it's down 5.5%. And what we're going to do is I will be going over projects that you guys want to hear about, kind of get on some of the popular projects. And if you're bullish or bearish on these projects, I will read your comments, because I know a lot of you guys get frustrated with projects, and a lot of you guys like to hype projects and kind of get the word out on projects. If you want to hit me up on my comments, let me know what project you want me to get into, and I will read your comments on my YouTube channel. And for that video, I will read your comments, and you can kind of get out how you feel about a project, where you see the project actually going. If you, like I said, if you're bullish or if you're bearish on them, I will read your comments. So let's get into Shibnobi. So right now, we'll read some of the comments here. We'll go to the latest comments here. And 26 minutes ago, Shibnobi writes, Shinja Dojo Swap is out. Shibnobi Gaming is out. He says Shibnobi Wallet is next. Tier 1 exchange is next week. Just a matter of time when the floodgates will break open and nothing will stop Shinja from rising to the top. The momentum is building up. It will hit hard next week. Okay, so I just want to kind of talk about what he's talking about here. Now, with Shibnobi Gaming, is very interesting, because based off of what I know about how Cliff and the Shinja team like to do things, they like to do it from a lawyer aspect. And the way Shibnobi Gaming came out just was a little worrying to me, because that has to do a lot with companies that are making these games. I mean, if you're using these esport games and things like that, it's very difficult to just move the way they moved, without any, like, I don't know if they had lawyers or anything that approved this, and they're usually good about coming out and saying, hey, our lawyers have allowed us to partner with this company, or they have allowed us to use license to promote or use their game. So right now I'm a little confused about Shibnobi Gaming. The wallet, yeah, I'm excited about that one. I think every person under the Shibnobi team and our holders of Shibnobi are excited about the wallet. I'm kind of I don't know too much about the tier one exchange. To me personally, I felt like the tier one exchange to me was actually Gate.io. And since Gate.io got banned in here in America, I don't see a tier one exchange coming for Shibnobi anytime soon, just because of the volume of the token and what it, just the low volume on all the exchanges that they've been on. Now, don't get me wrong, the exchanges are good, small, big, doesn't matter. But it's been kind of disappointing for the holders to see that they've, been on, 4 or 5, even more exchanges within the last, 2 months. And Bitmark that exchange probably outdid all the exchanges that they've been on up to that point. So that's not good. So I know I hear a lot of people say, well, we've gotten on all these exchanges, but if you got one exchange, Bitmark, that is outdoing 5 or 6 exchanges, that's not good. And your holder count is not really moving. So that's not good for the holders in the Shinja team. So we'll go to a couple of more questions here. It says Shinja, it's a matter of time when Shinja will be listed on Binance. Now the thing is Binance is going to be very strategic about how they move with Shinja. I don't know about that one. I mean, that's just one that Binance has to make that move, I think, and just say, hey, we're just going to do Shinja. But, I don't think Shinja is on their radar. And just like I don't think Saitama is on Binance's radar. We'll go here where it says Shinja newbies in crypto think that it's bad when it goes down like this. So he's talking about the price, but I'm really happy that price is going down. I can buy more. So the thing is if you know where the project's going, definitely, if you can afford it, buy more. But that's what reflections are really for. You put in what you put in, and the reflections, when it goes up, you'll get reflections. When it goes down, you get reflections. So, it's really not about just every time you get some money, you throw it into a project, because you are getting reflections. So that is some type of like passive income that you're receiving. May not be a lot, but just really be careful about how much money you put into any of these projects, especially when you're getting reflections. Let's go here. Let's go to this bullish comment here. Shinja Cliff Fitner family withdrew money again. Facts. So, we don't know, and a lot of people talk about a slow rug pull that they're doing. We can't throw that out. It could possibly be that. I mean, when you have started off with 50 pre-sellers, a lot of them are going to be family members. A lot of them are going to be friends. A lot of them are going to be people from recent projects that they may have, been a part of. So, I mean, it's very possible that this is what's going on. So, yeah, you just have to really be careful. And if you trust the dev team about what they're saying to you, then it's okay. But, I mean, if you don't, then, I mean, you just probably want to put it into something stable, that you trust. So let's go here where it says Shinja whales are playing. That's normal. Just hold long term. Now, I want to tap into this about, this is almost like diamond hands. We never want to do this, because you get wrecked when it comes to this. So all new investors, when you see comments like this, just ask yourself, you have to look at these coins as if you're looking at an XRP or a VeChain or a token a project that has like a real world use case, that you see actually impacting the world, um, just not a community, the world. So when you see comments like this, you have to really educate yourself, do your own research. And once you do that, you'll really try to, figure out exactly where the project's going. When you're in these type of community coins or nothing like that, I would advise you not to hold like that, because you're going to miss pumps where they get on exchanges and the price is going to shoot up. But at some point, that price is going to go back down and consolidate. So you just want to make sure you're educated and you understand when to take profits, and when to put profits back in. So appreciate that message. It says, Shinja, guys, I am using Bitmark Exchange and my Shinja coins are always negative in terms of price, and here it is increasing. So I think what he's talking about is, there's some exchanges that have like basically different prices, and some pump, some don't, things like that. So yeah, Bitmark, shows a little bit more volume with Shinja than what possibly Hotbit does or Lbank does and things like that. So you have to kind of, I guess you would look at it as just what users are actually buying the token. So I'm not too sure how to really answer that one, but we'll go to this. We have another one where it talks about why don't the price, why the price changes on Bitmark. So we'll kind of go down. So we'll get finally to a couple of bullish ones where it says Shinja FUD is a great sign that the project is going to take off. Let's go. I guess what it really comes down to is if the team is actually delivering and saying what they're, doing what they're saying, and not like skipping through their white paper that originally put out. I think a lot of times, you'll find out what a project's all about when the white paper becomes obsolete, and they're just kind of winging it, because now a lot of that stuff was just, staged to get you to ape into the project. So pay attention to how, when you hear an AMA or the dev team come up and they're not following the white paper, and all of a sudden there's new projects coming in and things like that. So just be aware of that. We have another one, Shinja, Binance soon, Shinja to the moon. I don't know. Shinja is the next Shiba. It's kind of hard to say. Shinja, it doesn't matter how the value increases, the price on Pro, and that's another thing. I'm glad that False Hero brought that up. Probit was really disappointing exchange for Shinja, and that was just a very weird exchange to me. There was like really no volume whatsoever. I didn't, when they got listed, the price actually like went down. It didn't even move. It probably went down. It didn't even move up for the time of it being on Probit. So I don't know what that was. Yeah, that was really bad. And now, that Gate.io is not available anymore. I don't know where a lot of these projects are going to go. So you just have to really be careful now of, where you put your money in, what projects you're putting it into. And if they've already hit these big exchanges, maybe it's time to just kind of recycle and, find another project. Go through a couple of more here. There's a lot of comments about the price of why is the price different, things like that. And if you guys really have an issue with that, reach out to the Shinja team, Cliff, Strong. They'll talk to you. I've been in a couple of their AMAs, and they're really good about getting out to you and kind of giving you the instructions of how to actually do what you need to do to get the results that you need or get your question answered. Shinja, very good project, Dubai Expo 2022. And, this is the thing, like a lot of people were, expecting Dubai to just shoot the price up. you know, 3, 4x, whatever, 1x, 2x. And that wasn't going to happen. This was just something to where they were just all kind of getting together to show their muscle and, see who's a stronger project. And, it was just, it wasn't anything big. They made it big, but it wasn't as big as people thought it was. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you really can't. The only way a project gets there is through utility. It's not going to go. And Saitama is kind of brainwashed everybody when it comes to that, because they've been so good about just the way they brand their token. I mean, the way that the news comes out. I mean, it's hype. Like, they hype it so much that it makes it very difficult now, because a lot of projects feel like we can just hype it instead of bringing out utility, the real utilities. And that's the thing, you have to really watch out when it comes to this stuff, because they roll stuff out in phases and stuff like that, but you have to realize that the important phase is always the last phase. It would be really nice if these projects would make the real utility the first phase, because the thing is, you start running into problems, and now all of a sudden what you thought was going to be huge is nothing. And that's why, like, Dojo Swap is very interesting to me, because the real utility use case for it comes at the end of the phases. But it would have been really, really, like, they like to use the word revolutionary. I don't even look at it that way. It just would have been really useful to users if all that stuff was available in the first phase. So that's what you have to watch out for too, is because once you start hearing projects, dev teams start speaking like that, just know that there is a high possibility that the key utility of that project, or what they're saying, will not come to fruition. They will be disappointments leading up to that. And so we just have Shinja to the moon. Just things that, basically people are just kind of hoping that Shinja loses, 2-3-0 soon, things like that. But like I said, you have 50 you have, I don't know, you have not 40 maybe pre-sellers that are still, have control of this token. So you just have to really be careful about where you go. And, your expectations can't be that high about the money that you assume you're making. If you're putting $1,000 into it, you can't assume it to jump to $100,000. You just can't with pre-sellers in a project like that. You just kind of have to just take what you can, and just kind of take that money and put it into something that's, has a real use case out there. So like I said, we still have some bearish stuff, and it's just, some people still think Cliff, is doing a slow rug pull on this, and price difference. But yeah, guys, if there's anything else you want to know about Shinja, just let me know, and we'll definitely talk about it. What we're going to do now is get into what I think the Shinja and Saitama hand-in-hand project thing that I believe that they're hand-in-hand, and I think that they know exactly what they're doing. And what I'm saying when I say that is that, you have to really listen to, I go into Shinja's AMAs and I listen to what Cliff says and things like that. And another thing, I listen to what Russ talks about and things like that. And so to me, I kind of feel it's very interesting how what really kind of caught my eyes about Cliff when he talked about moving to Texas. Every project is moving to Texas. Now I get it. I don't know if Texas is just a crypto-friendly state, but the thing is that you have a lot of things going down in Texas, and there's a lot of connections down in Texas. And I don't know if Cliff is moving down to Texas because he wants to be closer to the whole project. You have to listen to the way Russ talks about side of realty and, building homes and all this type of stuff. And we don't know if Cliff is going down there to build a home, and we don't know what's going hand in hand here. But in my personal thoughts is that I think that all these guys know each other, and I think everybody is just trying to get a piece of the pie here. And they build all this chaotic chaos between each other, but in reality it's like they all know what they're doing. Sometimes you go into Twitter spaces and you listen to this, and it almost feels like you're listening to like a scripted type of movie production, like the lowest budget of actors reading from a script. So it's just very interesting, and I just want all the people to know and understand that this could be a possibility going on. It's just my own personal thought. Have I changed my opinion on it? It just kind of depends. Everybody's thought process is different about certain projects. So definitely would definitely love to do more of these. And if you guys can just reach out and to kind of know you guys by name, and I can read your own personal comments, or if you disagree with what I'm saying, or if you agree with what I'm saying, just go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll comment below. And ultimately what I want to do is get people on here and start doing like live one-on-ones with people that have different interpretations of how they see projects, how they see my thoughts, how I see their thoughts, and things like that. At the end of the day, we're all investors and we all have a voice. So help me get my platform out and my channel out. And if you guys can kindly subscribe, I would thank you for that. So you guys have a great afternoon, and I'm out. Truth Seeker.